pre-match show of the India tour of England Women's Cricket Match Series. I, your host Damini Basu, take extreme delight to be able to host for the first time in person Joudeep Mukherjee. Thank you so much, Joyda, for joining, and of course our very own Boria Majumdar. So Joyda, first things first, tough loss from the T20 series which just concluded. We had high expectations from our women's team that they would be able to seal this series provided England don't have their main players for the time being, but unfortunately they lost. So how do you see, this build-up of the Indian women's team going into?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. This was a great chance for India to really win this series because they're not at full strength, as we know. And it's also a matter of fact that, it's the batting that has always been a bit of an issue with the Indian women's team. Consistently, if you see the bowling, they've usually held their own. And sometimes when the runs are a little short and you bowl at the back end, you feel that it's the bowling that's let you down. But that's not the case. It's because you have less runs, the bowlers have bowled really well, but still could not get you across the line because there were a few runs short. So, overall, I've seen the batting, and in one match where India batted well, they won in a canter.
So, continuing from this, Boria, could you please explain to our viewers that what was it with the pitch? Was there something about the pitch, win the toss, opt to field, win the match?
See, toss obviously plays a role, and he will be better than me to explain that. But what he just said, if you don't score runs, you don't win cricket matches. That's what happened with 120, 130, you don't win cricket matches. One match, you batted well, you won. But that's the problem. Smriti Mandhana scores, India wins. Harmanpreet Kaur scores, to a degree, India wins. But other than that, who's scoring? And here, with due respect, what about Kiran Navgire? One time number 3, one time 5. Dayalan Hemlata, one time number 3, one time 5. Meghna comes in possibly at the top, then bats number 7. What's going on? Have you allowed the girls to settle in their positions? No. Selection? Can someone tell me why Shikha Pandey is sitting out? I don't know.
Tough question.
I don't know. Why is Shikha Pandey playing club cricket in New Zealand? After Jhulan Goswami, we'll come to Jhulan Goswami with Joudeep.
Yeah.
Why is Shikha Pandey not there in the team? So, this team has talent. I know Jemima is recovering. But other than that, let's be blunt. It was sad and disappointing to see them lose this series without Heather Knight, without Netseva, England winning. Not acceptable.
And he makes a great point that, if you're a young player and if you don't know where you're batting, your role, it's very difficult because back in the day, Yuvraj Singh, when he batted 5. Every game he batted 5. Later he batted 6, he batted 4 when he knew the nuances of one-day cricket. So these young players he mentioned, they haven't really got a grip on their role. Then if you shift them around, so they're not in a good place where they are, they haven't got their sense of belonging where they are, but then next day they're in another place. You can put Smriti Mandhana at 5 one day or Harmanpreet at open, they can handle it. But for the younger people, they need a lot more time. And that's a great point actually.
So, continuing from here, how would you tell the management to, shuffle between batters when they go out to bat? Because of course, as you said,
let's add to that question. What she's asking is a fair point. Do you want a steady top order, consistency, give them a fair run? Because see, World Cup failure. Except Sri Lanka, you've not won anything, right? And that is a problem now with IPL coming, women's IPL happening. How do you see Indian? Why is it that they keep sort of performing like this?
I always feel that the Indian women team, and I've seen them in NCA camp, they're always practicing amongst themselves. I really feel they should play matches against the under-19 India team, the under-16 India team. Because the boys, the under-16 boys are always in the NCA. So you play that team. The national team is playing that team. That's when you will be half at the level of what you face when you play England. So do you see the catching by the England players? The one at square leg. So when Smriti Mandhana hit that short chip, I say great shot because I knew mid-off was inside the circle. Long on came and caught the catch. Long on went to long off and took the catch. So that is the sort of athleticism. Now what happens? Okay, now Shikha Pandey is bowling to a Harmanpreet, but I want the under 16 fast bowler who's really good, the boys, them to bowl. pitch yourself against better. Maybe you lose every game, maybe it'll make headlines that our girls are losing, it's the national team, how can we lose to the boys? Doesn't matter. Always practice against a team which is better than you, if you want to get better.
Very interesting point. Quick story. In fact, there's this girl, Jasmine Lamboria, the boxer, in Commonwealth Games. So after her event, when she won the medal, I was interviewing her. So she says to me, very shy girl, young 18, 19-year-old, she says in Hindi, she says, sir, मैं ना मेरे गांव में तो कोई लड़की नहीं थे प्रैक्टिस करने के लिए, तो my uncle उन्होंने मेरे साथ लड़कों का मैच खेला दिया. सर 2 साल ना मैं पीटता रहा, मेरे को मारते रहे और मैं मार खाता गया. सर 2 साल बाद ना मैंने इतना मारा कि, and I could see, her eyes lighting up. So you will lose, but you will eventually improve.
In those losses, you'll make gains. You might not win that game. You'll make gains towards the bigger picture.
Let me
and we'll come to Jhulan in a bit with this.
I was about to come to Jhulan with this because, hard work, efficiency, effort. Before the two of us, Damini, what does Jhulan Goswami mean to you?
Jhulan Goswami is my childhood role model, I can just say, because I have grown up watching her. Men's cricket is a huge issue, but for me, I have grown interest in watching cricket because of people like Jhulan Goswami. Jhulan Goswami to me has to be one of the best fast bowlers I've ever seen.
Lovely words.
Yeah. See, I've seen Jhulan for the past 25 years. What is absolutely amazing about her is a passion for the game. Met her in the gym a month back. How much she still wants to do well. Amazing. I can talk about her all night.
Quick story, 1 minute.
Okay. So this is Jhulan Goswami coming to bowl in the Bengal nets 20 years back, 15 years back, 10 years back, 5 years back now. She has bowled to people like Arunlan and Ashok Malhotra, and now she's bowling to somebody like an Abhimanyu Ishwaran. She will always come and bowl at the nets. And none of the boys, these guys are really good players, some India, some almost playing India, none of them can just say, if it's Jhulan coming, then you better be at the top of your game. Outstanding cricketer.
Jhulan Goswami, one of our favorites, all-time favorites. During COVID, she would call me and say, mask ache, mask. I said, bhalo, N95 mask down. I want to go out and practice. I need N95 mask. Do you know a place where the police won't catch me? Because I have to go and train. That's Jhulan Goswami. Incredible intensity, tremendous determination, devotion and dedication. Celebrating Jhulan Goswami more with Joudeep and Damini. Back with this show. Keep watching. Damini is the host, but we allowed Damini to enjoy Jhulan Goswami. Thanks very much for watching.